Hi, this is Dana with Wordplay Workshop, where we're building better writers and inspiring excellence. Today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, vocabulary. Now, while I love vocabulary, and while most people recognize that a good vocabulary is essential for prepping for tests like the SAT and the ACT, if we're honest, we'll also admit that the repetitive use of flashcards to study this vocabulary is a little bit tedious, monotonous, enervating, definitely fatiguing, maybe somewhat insipid, banal. Some students might even go so far as to tell you that it's vapid, but that's only if they've been studying their vocabulary. So if we recognize that we have to teach vocabulary, let's at least make it amusing. Let's create an atmosphere of conviviality. Let's use a game. So the game I have for you today is called Intrepid Explorer. It's very simple, and it's also a lot of fun. I sometimes use it as an icebreaker at the beginning of class, or just as a way to get students to put pencils to paper and keep them there, to keep writing. Because sometimes that's the biggest challenge in building better writers, is just to get them to keep writing and not be stuck by writer's block. This game totally keeps students from saying, "Teacher, I can't think of anything to write." Because all you say is, well, look at the letters and the words and find something. So this is how it's played. There are 50 sheets included in this game. Each one takes one of the 50 most common vocabulary words found on the big tests and puts it in a memorable phrase, like Intrepid Explorer. The idea is that while students might not memorize the definition of intrepid, if they come across the word intrepid on a test, they might flash back to the phrase Intrepid Explorer and be able to figure out contextually what intrepid means, simply because they played this game once upon a time. I've played it with students from high school age all the way down to second grade. And let me tell you, the little kids get a kick out of it because they learn these huge vocabulary words and they get to go home and say, "Hey, Mom and Dad, look, our baby is ambulatory." Or, "My room feels very capacious tonight. Thanks, Mom and Dad." And the mom and dad are very impressed as well. So what you do as the teacher is you're going to give each student a copy of this page you see behind me. At the top is the vocabulary phrase. At the bottom is the definition of the vocabulary word you want them to learn. You're going to set a time. 2 minutes is good for high school, maybe 3 to 5 for the younger kids. And during those 2 minutes, what they have to do is they have to use the letters in the word to come up with smaller words. Then you call time. At the end of 2 minutes, you should have a sheet that looks something like this, just covered in words. If you're in a classroom and you want to make this more competitive, try offering 1 point per letter. That really encourages students to move beyond the 2 and 3 letter words and stretch their brains. Once they've played this game, your students will have practiced vocabulary, spelling, handwriting, writing, critical thinking, but all they'll know is they played a game. All they'll know is that they had fun. And besides teaching vocabulary, that's our goal, to help students have fun and learn the joy of writing. You can download this game at www.wordplay-workshop.com. Thanks for watching. Keep on writing.